this is item number 5 in my 100 things challenge. Now this is a Hana Army flower loom. I got it cheap off eBay for like $5, $6 maybe. It has other bits that come into it. I only bought out what I needed for this one, which is the smallest or the second smallest, I can never remember, is one of the circle ones. And today we are going to make this is my take on a much easier triple looped flower, because I found trying to triple loop the other way got me confused. So this is how I've started doing them. I've started doing this sort of center, which I will show you too because it's super easy. I started making these as an idea of they sort of look like daisies to me, of being for my Easter Happy Mail. There won't be Easter Happy Mail at the moment because I just haven't had I sort of gave up. I got a bit shirty with something I was trying to do, and I kind of just, yeah, I didn't mean to. I just got sidetracked, and I'm trying to do, as always, I'm trying to do 100,000 things at once, and everything in my body just doesn't want to cooperate with doing any of them at once. So you usually just knot it to do this, just to pull it here. Then we're going to pull it over, and we're going to come around. This is based on flowers I've seen, but this is I've not seen anyone do it quite this way, which is to get a triple looped flower. You're just going to go 1, 2, you know, I do this so well on my own, and the reason this is a 100 things challenge is I am using up stuff. This trim I got in a Maya mystery box 4 years ago, and it is 200 yards, or almost 200, or 182, or nearly 183 meters of jute twine. And I thought about it, and I knew I had this somewhere, and I had thought about it for the raffia that I had gotten, and I have another project to share with you from that I think is really fun. But that's a Halloween, that's a Spooktober project. So 1, 2, and 3, and then we go to the next one and we do the same. So we're basically going to go all the way around here, and I'm not going to shortchange you, and you know, I can't pause videos anymore, but I'm also not going to shortchange you from seeing the whole thing. So then I always go to the peg that way. I know they don't necessarily tell you to do that. I find it easiest for me to go that way. 2 and 3, and then you go to the next peg, and then 1 and 2 and 3, and then we go the same. So we're going to do this all the way around. Now the reason I find this easier is if I go around once and then I try and go around again and again, I get confused. Don't know about anyone else, but also I didn't like the way it looked for some reason. I like how much fuller this is, but I didn't like it all separate for some, like super separate for some reason. So then we go this way and we do this one and this one. So basically you're just one peg away. Now I'm left-handed, so I may be doing this a different direction, but I'm just literally looping this around one peg. If you wanted less or wider petals, you can loop it around 2 and just do it as 2 instead of 1. There's so many ways you can play with this that are not the traditional ways of using it. It comes with a hexagonal and a couple of squares as well, and a bigger circle. Okay, where are we? We're going this way and then this way. Just a couple more to go and we've got the flower done. Well, we were at under 5 minutes, and because I'm trying to do this for the camera as well and show you what I'm doing, it's not quite as easy, although my big hands do get in the way, I'm sorry. It's not quite as easy if I was just doing this for me. And then 3, and then I put it back out this way. I grab my scissors, cut a piece, and we'll need to cut a piece too, and I'm just going to bring this around, and hang on, that's what we do. You can tie it off, or you can just sort of leave it. I try and tie it off a bit because You don't want loose threads, but at the same time it can be really annoying trying to tie this thing off and make it so that it's, yeah. So there's that, and then we're going to grab, I usually grab a longer piece than I'll need so that I can do a few of them. I'm just going to grab a piece now. I have these plastic darning needles. You get about 10 for $1 on eBay, and that's all you need. You don't need a fancy, expensive needle. I find the plastic darning needles are really good for this, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the center of this. Oh, no, we're not. We're not doing that center. We're doing my center. So we're going to pull this up, pull it off the thread. I am so klutzy tonight, I swear. You'll have to forgive that. I haven't had much sleep today, but that isn't really the excuse. It's just I'm having a klutzy day, I guess. To the point where something I brought out here to haul with and show you guys, I'm missing part of the haul, and I have to go into my room and find it. Okay, so I just take it across the middle and down and through, like that. Then I come up to the one beside it. This is a rustic way of doing it. There are other ways, and if you want me to do more of these sort of tutorials with the Hana Army flower loom, let me know. I mean, there are lots of tutorials on YouTube, so I probably won't be teaching you anything that you can't necessarily look up yourself. But if it's something, sorry, I shouldn't say that, that sounds so rude, but if it is something that you would like me to show you because you find my way of teaching or whatever easier to understand, because I know that some people I resonate with and some people I don't. So I just go from the center to outwards, and I try and pull this as tight, sort of tightly as I can. Just, you don't want it to link into other things. And then I come over this side and do the two I missed over here. Now you can do this as much or as little as you want. I do it two ways first, and then, sorry, I'm just pulling my thread through a bit more. Then I come back and do it the opposite way. If I feel like I want to do more, I will. It just depends on what look you like. I kind of like this rustic look with this particular style of flower. I just think it suits it. I just think it has this really pretty sort of rustic vibe to it. And because you're doing both sides, you can just make sure you're holding on to the one. And then, because this is, you'll see we missed this one, but we're going to come back through and we're going to do this one, and then we're going to do the same thing this way, and it gives you a really pretty pattern, and it also makes sure your flower is incredibly secure. Like, I was really insecure when I first started doing this way, but what I found is it is the quickest way to do it. It is so quick and simple. It's not a hard thing to do. Some of the other ways take a little bit more effort, and sometimes you're just not. Like, if you want to make a lot of these at once, which was my aim, was to get a whole heap of these made to put into packs of like 3 to 6. So sorry, I should be showing you here. So I'm just doing this, and then we've just got one more here that we're going to do. We're going to pull that through. Now we've got, see, I just like that. It's just a rustic center. So now what we're going to do is we're going to undo these. We're going to pull this out of there for now. We're going to, oh dear, did I accidentally knot that? I think I accidentally knotted that. That's not helpful. I wasn't trying for a knot. Let's undo this knot. The idea is that you make this so you can undo everything. But of course, I was in a rush and wasn't paying enough attention to what I was doing, so I may have done things up a little bit harder than intended. But hopefully, I can just slide that out. Yep. So now what we're going to do is we're going to push from the center. So I'm going to show you this way. So you can see me pushing from the center up, and our flower will just pop off. Now, what I'm going to do with these is bring these round to the back. Now, if they're caught in a flower, what I do is I look, see, one's already at the back, one's not. So you just literally take the thread, pop it through the back, and then this one, and this one. So these three seemed, sometimes that happens. I do try and get things to end in the same space, but it doesn't always happen. So what I do is I tie these off, and you'll notice I've left strings on a lot of these, and that is because I didn't know what people would want to use them for. Because they are jute, they can be used for bags, for hats, for hair accessories, for layouts, for basically anything. So I've just been leaving sort of a long strand, so if people want to tie them onto something, they can. And that's it. It's that simple. 10 minutes. We made a flower from start to finish in 10 minutes using very little resources. Super simple. This is my little travel kit. I take this out and about with me, so when I'm stuck sitting around at, say, the doctors and stuff, I basically have a kit of things I can do, because I get bored easily and I don't always feel like reading and stuff. I can just sit there and make a few flowers while I'm waiting, and I can do it while I'm talking to people too and stuff, so it's a really good sort of thing for that. As you can see, I've made quite a few. I don't have any of the ones where I triple looped it, otherwise I would show you those. But basically it's a much fluffier, fatter flower, and I didn't like it. I don't know why, whether it was the jute or what, but I just didn't like it. But this one I like. It feels like a nice flower to me. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Let me know below. Do you have a Hana Army flower loom? Do you use it? Have you ever seen one before? Are there things you like to make with yours? Let me know, and I will talk to you all soon, my angels and devils. I hope you are having an amazing time. If life is a little rough right now, remember that this too shall pass. And as always, remember, you are incredible, you are amazing, but most importantly of all, you truly do matter. Bye!